this is how I think that fairy tale should have like started off. Like this is just I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I was the tears were coming up. Not like I didn't shed a tear. So let's walk on to the beat of the fairy song. So what's up, guys? It's AAA or Alex's Anime Art, and I'm back with another video. And today we're gonna be talking about the prequel to Fairy Tale called Fairy Tale Zero. Pretty short read, only about 13 chapters, and yeah, it's pretty much just talking about the origins of fairy tale, how the fairy tale guild even started in the first place. And this is going to be a good replacement for the other fairy tale video because y'all know what happened to that. But without further ado, let's get into the video. So it mainly starts off with Mavis encountering some people from a treasure hunter guild, and pretty much what they have to do is get back like the orb that was stolen from the island, called the Serious Orb, and then yeah, they pretty much just go on an adventure from there, and that pretty much all that will lead to the founding of Fairy Tale. And also it gives us a little bit of background even before that, that Mavis was like a poor girl, but her parents were working on like paying off a debt from this guild, and she was treated pretty bad. And then the Blue Skull Guild attacks the Red Lizard Guild, and everyone in the town gets bodied, and only Mavis and Zara survive, or so that's what we think. That's gonna be a bigger plot twist that I'm gonna talk about later, at the around the end of this. And we revisit characters like Mavis and Zara, that like I just said, but we also see Zareth, Yuri, Precht, and Ward. You guys know Zareth, one of the bigger antagonists in Fairy Tale, probably one of the better characters in Fairy Tale. Yuri, who was Makuro's father. Then there was Precht, who was master of the Grimoire Heart Guild, I think, something like that. And Ward, who became a member of the fourth ranking member of the Council of Wizards, or something like that. I can't remember the name of their group. And that guy pretty much looks like a tree now. So yeah, there's that. And this is kind of giving a bit of like their origin stories and how they were treasure hunters. And I had to say this about Fairy Tale Zero. From I watched it in the anime beforehand, but what I was thinking the whole time is that like this is how I think that Fairy Tale should have like started off. Like this is just like a pretty good story. It's like there's minimal like plot holes. It still gives you that fairy tale vibe. It still has like the main themes of fairy tale and all that, but it's really just like it's just like a really, I don't know, it's heart tugging. Like, I don't know how to describe this. It's like fairy tale, but without, like, I guess, like the mistakes that sort of happened in fairy tale, but there's less room for the mistakes to happen. Who knows? Maybe the mistakes would have happened either way. But I like this. I really think Fairy Tale should have started like this. If it started with like just the origins of Fairy Tale, and then maybe like the next season was like actually the main Fairy Tale guild and all that stuff. Maybe I think that possibly could have been like just an overall better story, and I think Fairy Tale's reputation would be a little bit different in the anime community, but that's just my take on that. Zero is really good. I think they should have started with that. And they were also showing in the manga how magic can be used, and some people were like using it to just like, I guess, pick on weak people, but some people were using it to fight, which kind of that also does sort of touch on a bit of the world building with it as well. Like some people can abuse it, Some people can use it for good. Some people can use it for bad, and the Blue Skull Guild was using it for bad. And also, there was a Mavis had like a very big sacrifice that she made for her friend Yuri. That Mavis pretty much cast a black magic spell called Law, and that pretty much stopped her body from being able to mature past the age of 13, which is kind of she was I had to kind of respect it. She was willing to risk everything. She was willing to risk everything for a friend, man. That's kind of what fairy tale is about. That's kind of one of the bigger themes in fairy tale, and that's something that I just have to respect, and that is something that I really love about like fairy tale. And also there was that giant plot. There was a huge plot twist with with Zara. Like so, Mavis thought Zara was like alive all this time, but what actually happened is that she created an illusion of Zara the whole time. She was always dead. She was dead at the beginning. She already died because I think she got her body crushed by like some wood or something. It was probably some internal bleeding or something like that. But Mavis thought Zara was alive the whole time. Nobody could see her. Mavis was literally just looking like she was like a nutcase. She was just looking like a crazy person. And she was looking like she should have been locked up in some sort of mental asylum. That's what they were thinking the whole time. Zara could never be seen by anyone besides her. I'm not gonna lie, when I was reading that this time, even the first time when I was watching it in the anime, it was emotional. But like, dog, I was reading that, and you're, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I was the tears were coming up. Not like I didn't shed a tear, but like the tears were coming up. I was like, I was feeling it. I was like, man, this shit is weak, man. I'm not gonna cry though, but like, dang. Uh, oh, R.I.P. Zara, man. That was tough. It was tough, and it is pretty emotional. If you're into fairy tale and you like fairy tale, it'll especially be emotional for you. But that was like a sad moment. A very that was a very tough moment to see, especially if you're actually watching it for the first time. But I'm actually reading it through the manga now, so it's a little bit different. And to just finish this off, I also wanted to give like something that I thought was like the biggest and like the main moral of fairy tale. It had it at the end of the manga. It was through the hard times and the sad times, I'll be by your side. You will never be alone. We have as many dreams as there are stars in the sky. The wind on our skin is a taste of tomorrow. So let's walk on to the beat of the fairy song. That I'm not, I'm not. If it doesn't hit for you, then that's fine. But I read that and I was like, facts, bro. I was like, facts, bro. That kind of hit, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. That was emotional for me. I don't know, man. I'm a huge fan of fairy tale, and this, in my opinion, was some of the best like work that Mashima has like done with fairy tale. And honestly, if I think fairy tale was like this instead of like what happened in the main story of fairy tale, like I think fairy tale's reputation would be different. People wouldn't be hating on it so much because this is actually just like a really good story, and it's just like the best of what fairy tale has to offer, in my opinion. But yeah, guys, it's a shorter review, like I said, uh, only 13 chapters, but I think that's it for my thoughts on Fairy Tale Zero. So it's AAA or Alex's anime art, and I'm out.